Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 5:30, crews still working to put out a fire at an apartment building in Lexington. WKYT is on the active scene. We're bringing you all the latest updates.
Also on WKYT This Morning, police tell us a Lexington police officer had to shoot a dog this morning after he said the animal charged at him and bit him. More on that coming up in just a few moments.
And Senate candidates Allison Lundergan Grimes and Mitch McConnell touring the bluegrass. These stories and breaking news as it happens coming up on WKYT this morning.
Hello there. Good morning and welcome. It's so nice to have you along with us here on this Wednesday as we get this day off and rolling. A little chilly out there this morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks so much for being here. Really turning it into a nice day. A little chilly, though. You may want to have that jacket.
That'd be a good idea. And hopefully some sunshine later on. That always makes us feel better. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris ahead of the news. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I think you'll get some sunshine. It's not going to be full-blown sunny skies, but you know what? Little sun always helps out a little bit. 45 degrees there in Frankfort. Richmond coming in at 41 degrees. Glad we got a lot of those headaches done on I-75 yesterday and taken care of. 42 now in Breathitt County. Planning out your Wednesday. We're going to go through it because it does look like we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds today. Like I said, it's not going to be just full-blown sunshine, but temperatures will be right there in the mid-50s. It's exactly where we were yesterday, so I do believe it's one of those days you get a little bit more sunshine and it might feel a bit better. We'll go through this and off into the night. Look, by 11 p.m. we're already at 40 degrees, so we're going to be in the 30s overnight and into tomorrow morning, which means possible frost, and I'll go over that and more details coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. We thank you. Lexington fire crews are still at the scene of a fire that ripped through part of an apartment building this morning.
It started about 3 o'clock this morning at the complex located at the corner of Warwick Court and Reading Road. WKYT's Victor Puente is live at the scene of the fire. Still see some lights flashing behind you, Victor.
Yeah, crews are still out here. You can see Reading Road still close behind me, but firefighters are beginning to pull away. It looks like they're wrapping up everything they're doing out here. Now, the fire is under investigation, but firefighters tell us they don't believe it's suspicious. They're still trying to find the person who lives in the apartment where the fire started. There was a man below that apartment who called 911. He told us his smoke detector woke him up, then he saw smoke coming out of an upstairs window. The firefighters got to that fire before it could spread to any neighboring apartments. They say because they got to it while it was still small, there isn't any damage to the rest of the building. They expect the people who live there should be able to return. The man who heard that detector told us he helped clear everyone else out of the building.
Went outside and saw smoke pouring from the window of the apartment above me, so I woke everybody in the building up and got them all out.
Now, there were a few issues for firefighters to deal with out here. First, they tell us a drunk driver crashed into a utility truck near the scene. Then they say someone ran over one of their hoses they were using to fight the fire, but they say neither of those incidents affected their abilities out here. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. Quite a scene. We'll let you know when Reading Road reopens this morning. Meanwhile, there were frightening moments at a southern Kentucky apartment. A woman claims a stranger tried to break into her home and said that he wanted to take her children. That happened Sunday night at the Corbin Manor Apartments in Laurel County. Police say a man with a gun tried to break into the back door of the victim's home. As police arrived, the man ran off into some nearby woods. They're not sure what his motive was.
Was he doped up? Was he under the influence of alcohol? What was his motivation? What was his perception of what did he think was going on? Obviously, he was trying to get in the apartment, and he wanted the children.
Police have not found the man as of this morning. They say he is around 6 feet tall, weighs about 180 pounds, has a long beard and dreadlocks pulled back into a ponytail.
Well, Lexington police tell us that one of their officers had to shoot a dog this morning after he says the dog bit him.
The officer says he tried to get the dog away from him multiple times, but it kept charging at him and attacking him. WKYT's Sean Moody is live at police headquarters with the latest details on that. Sean, good morning.
Well, good morning. Police said the dog charged the officer several times. They said the officer tried to get the dog away, but after repeated attacks, police said the officer had to shoot that dog. Police tell us they were called out to a home on Whitney Avenue around midnight for a report of a disorder. When police got there, though, they say they had a problem.
While investigating the disorder, as the officer approached the house, a large dog exited the house and came at the officer in an aggressive manner.
Police say a 100-pound German Shepherd charged the officer several times, at one point biting the officer's leg. They say that bite broke the skin. After the officer got away from the dog, police say it charged again. That's when they said the officer had to shoot and kill the dog. Police say no charges were filed, and they say that officer did not require any medical treatment. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Sean, thank you. It's 5:36 on WKYT this morning. State troopers say backpacks led to the arrest of 4 people in Knox County, all of them charged with making meth.
Troopers pulled over a pickup on Standard Avenue in Corbin and noticed 2 backpacks in the truck bed. Once they opened them, they realized they were full of materials to make meth.
32-year-old Brian Smith of Corbin was charged with making meth possession, and failure to wear a seatbelt. A passenger, 33-year-old Casey Smith, had similar charges. 2 other passengers, 31-year-old Pamela Hensley and 27-year-old Anthony W. Martin, were also charged with manufacturing and possession of meth. A man who admitted to helping dump the body of an informant killed in Clay County could become a key witness to testify against the head of a large drug ring. That's according to our news partners at the Herald Leader. Vernon Delph pleaded guilty last week, saying he witnessed the killing back in 2012 and was paid to help cover it up. According to court documents, Delph says he saw Gerald Lee Sizemore stab Eli Markham. Prosecutors say that Sizemore and Delph conspired with Jimmy Binge to kill Markham because they suspected Markham gave police information about a drug operation.
A Kentucky man on death row for killing 6 people wants the U.S. Supreme Court to reopen his case. Robert Foley has filed a petition asking his conviction and death sentence be overturned. He's challenging his trial attorney's handling of ballistics evidence and potential expert testimony. The U.S. 6th Court of Appeals denied Foley's petition earlier this year. He was convicted of killing 6 people in Madison and Laurel counties more than 20 years ago. State police say they're still following up on thousands of tips as they search for whoever killed a Kentucky mother and daughter. Kathy Netherland, a special education teacher, and her teenage daughter Samantha were found dead inside their Bardstown home in April. Police are still looking for a black Chevy Impala seen on surveillance video that was seen driving away from the area not too long after the murders. They think that could have been involved. They're also still looking for a motive in this.
People in a Jessamine County neighborhood are on alert this morning after police say a strange man approached a child. It happened in the Meadows subdivision in Wilmore. Police say a man in a black SUV drove up to a young girl. Police are not sure what his intentions were. They say the girl ran off and the man left in the SUV. People living in the neighborhood say they'll now be looking out for anything suspicious.
I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah, well,
for anything else. I can never think here, but I know it's not perfect here. It's not perfect nowhere.
Police describe the driver of the SUV as a black man in his 20s with short hair and a muscular build.
Fire crews worked for well over an hour this morning to put out a fire at a home. Officials tell us it started at a home on Big Cave Road in the Orlando community of Rockcastle County at about 1:30. They put it out at about 3 o'clock this morning, but stayed there for a while to make sure it stayed out. No one was hurt. Officials not sure if there was anyone living in the home.
Former President Bill Clinton returned to Kentucky to campaign for Senate candidate Allison Lundergan Grimes. The two went to rallies in Owensboro and Paducah. President Clinton asked voters not to take out their anger at President Obama on Grimes. He also said incumbent Senator Mitch McConnell has been in Washington long enough.
When it's all said and done, there's only 3 things that matters. Are people better off when you quit than when you started? The children have a brighter future, and are things coming together instead of being torn apart? If those are the 3 tests, the answer is Allison.
Well, this was the 3rd time that former President Clinton came to Kentucky to campaign for Grimes.
As for Senator Mitch McConnell, he continues a bus tour through eastern Kentucky. He made stops in Magoffin, Johnson, Floyd, Martin, and Lawrence counties. Senator McConnell stressed the importance of saving jobs in the coal industry. He says Kentuckians have a big opportunity on Election Day.
At the end, people who don't vote don't have an impact on policy. And I believe that there are a majority of Kentuckians who would like to see me become the majority leader of the Senate. And we're spending the last 2 weeks making sure they all vote.
Senator McConnell's bus tour will make stops in northeastern Kentucky later today.